What's up, everybody? What's up? Happy Warpath Wednesday. Welcome back to On the Warpath. It's Sanchez 405. If you're new, make sure you click that subscribe button and hit the bell so you get notifications anytime there's new content posted. As always, like, comment, share this video out. Greatly appreciate it. And you know how we do here on the Warpath. We're always talking Washington football team, but we're also previewing. It's Warpath Wednesday, y'all. So we do it up good. And since we're going to wear the Ron Burgundy shirt today, Ron, and we wear the black hat because he doesn't wear burgundy a lot. He is going home this week, going back to Charlotte, where he had nine seasons of subpar and one Super Bowl. And a lot of people are still wondering why he's here. But I thought since it was homecoming and a family affair, thought we would make it a little personal. Decided to bring in one of my family. Y'all know him. Y'all love him. He thinks he's a thug, but he's not really. He's just soft like Elmer's glue sometimes. But he sticks together, and he'll put it together for you. So we bring in Mr. Thugnificent himself, All World Sports on Twitch. Cousin Dewayne in the house. What's up,
man? What's going on? What's going
on? I am living the dream. I said we had to do this, and there's no question. What's up, Frost 40 below? And I thought going home. Why not? Why not bring some family on here?
Hey man,
how you doing? How you doing? What's up?
I'm living the dream. Trying to make this money little by little.
Little by little, and hopefully you're not in the unemployment line just yet. What's up, Mr. Royston? How you doing? But let's dive into it, man. What you been up to? What do you have going on? And introduce yourself a little bit to the people. Where can they find you at?
Oh, you can find me on Twitch at All World Sports. It's All World Sports, all one word on Twitch. I normally am on there streaming Madden, cussing and fussing, but I'm there. So you can find me on there. Just find me on Twitter at Thugnificent. So I'm not hard to find. If you follow me, I'll follow you back for sure. So just a little bit.
Follow him on there. We know that his grandma ain't raised him to cuss like that, but he's still doing out there living that hood life. So but anyway, it's good to have you on here. I appreciate you on the Force Mode. What's up? What's up, nephew? What's up, Unc? How you doing? Don, what's up, Mister? What's going on here? About damn time. Oh, shut up, Paulie. Shut up, man. Hey, we on time. We running CP time anyway. But, Dwayne, we dive into it. Washington gets a big 29-19 win. You were at the game.
Yeah.
And I think it was probably the best put-together ball game that we've seen out of this squad probably since last Thanksgiving. It seemed like everything was firing all cylinders. Jack was doing his thing. Scotty Turner, who, sometimes they've had struggles inside the red zone, put that together. Also, Taylor Heinicke didn't turn the ball over. And even though the defense did not have a sack, they forced 2 turnovers of Tom Brady. Talk about what you saw. What did you like out of this game? And who stuck out to you where you were watching it on the field and we were kind of watching it from the TV screen?
Well, there's 2 people who stuck out to me the most. That was John Allen and Charles Leno Jr. Those 2 stuck out to me the most. And, everybody, you can watch, and watch Antonio Gibson do this, that, and the third. But John Allen, truthfully, early on in that game, what made a huge difference, he was a game wrecker early on. And I don't think he's been getting enough credit. I think slowly but surely he's starting to. If you look at John Allen's stats right now, I think the only person I know people love Pro Football Focus sometimes, but John Allen ranks number 3 behind
Aaron Donald, right?
Aaron Donald, and I think Hayward's the other one.
Yeah, from Pittsburgh. Yep.
And the only person that has more sacks than him at the defensive tackle position is Jeffrey Simmons in Tennessee. So I don't think you can express enough. John Allen was playing at all-pro level, and it showed in that game. Charles Leno, man, I don't know what Chicago was thinking about letting him go. He's been lights out the entire season. In this game in particular, he did a fantastic job of setting back and planting his feet, kicking back and pass blocking. It's fantastic. It's a beautiful thing to watch. You know me, I'm a big guy. I played offensive line in high school, and they have a special place in my heart. Hey, all around. I gave Scott Turner a lot of flack last year, and you know it.
Yeah.
But I have to say he's honestly, if he had a better quarterback this year, the offense would really be humming. I really believe that. And I really believe going through, the offense had to catch up with the defense, and they did this game. And
yeah,
and that's the first thing, putting together. And you can say whatever you want about Tampa being hurt, but that Tampa team, that's still the team that won the Super Bowl. They still are returning half their players.
You know who that is, don't you?
Oh yes,
yeah, that's
the Hall Farmer.
That's Superman without the cape. I don't know if Chris even knew if we were related or not, but
I did let him know. Yeah, I let him know this week.
Okay.
I told him.
Okay, look, I see. I'm surprised you admitted that in public, but
it's dangerous. I know.
It's dangerous, right? What's up, Will Diggs? Why you here? What's good? Oh, talking about Zeke fans, 7-2, whatever. And when they get their butt beat, you can't find them, but you always can find us here. No, I think you hit it on the hammer. And I was hard on Jonathan Allen last year because I didn't think he lived up to expectations. Pro Football Focus. They rated him very high. I didn't see that out of him. Now he was good run stuffer, right. But I just didn't think he wasn't making enough impact plays. This year he's doing it. I said last year that he was like I think the third best interior defensive lineman on our team when Matt Ioannidis was healthy. Not a hater. We'll be on DMV Sports Zone tomorrow night at 8:00 to whoop Nadi's ass on this and everything else. And then you talk about Charles Leno Jr. on the opposite side. I think he's a product of the coaching. You got Travell Wharton and you got John Matsko, who's been doing this for years. I think that's the reason why you've been able to slide in guys.
Yeah.
Because if you think about this, I think the offensive line, although they've been giving up, I think they've given up 14 sacks in the last 3 games. I don't think that's all on them, but they have had a makeshift because we see it Heinicke all the time. I swear, I think he spent more time at the strip clubs down there in ODU or went down there to the Outer Banks because he just pats the ball all the time. That's one thing we see about him. But he will get and go too, because I guess that's when the cops told him he was being there too long. So that's why he has those quick feet. But either way, Paulie probably saw him down there too. And I think that this offensive line doing good. Eric Flowers, we hear nothing about Eric Flowers, and that's the best thing you want to hear.
Agree.
And then I think Larson, who I think has stepped in that role at center for Chase Roulier. This was his first game as center, so that's good right there after coming off that bye week. That fraudulent right guard that we have, and man, I like to call him the Brinks truck because he likes to back up things, and it's all good. And then also Sadiq Charles, the right tackle. So we're down to our third right tackle.
Yeah,
going up against the defending Super Bowl champions, and they go out there and play that well of a game down to your third left tackle, your first and a half right guard, your second center. Bro, they're impressive, man. They're impressive across the board. And I think that has a lot to do with John Matsko.
Yeah, I would agree. Coaching goes a long way, and it truly does. And everybody, the head coach gets a lot of flack or gets all the attention. But some of your position coaches, man, you just don't understand how important that stuff is. If you're not if you're a true hardcore football fan and you actually pay attention to the X's and O's, your position coaches, you spend more time with them than anybody else. Ron, he's a figurehead. Yeah, he's walking around practice, but that's not who you're really spending time with. So,
it's not even really the coordinator, to be honest with you.
No, it's not.
It's like you go to the principal's office, right? The head coach is the principal. You got the guidance counselors, I guess, would be the coordinators, and then you got your teachers, right? And your teachers are your position coach. And I think we've seen. I think we got to give a lot of credit to Matsko. Like I said, I think we've seen it on the defensive line. that it may be lacking at times, and that could be because of Sam Mills III. You also look at your your running backs. I think Randy Jordan. These guys are multi-talented running backs, and they thrive. They've been doing really well. I thought Antonio Gibson played the best game, most physical game I have seen him play as a pro, and I was very impressed by how he did.
I would absolutely agree with that. And the fact, for him having his fumble problems, the last couple of games, to come into this game against the defending Super Bowl champions. And at first, when they were running the ball, I'm like, this ain't gonna work, because he was getting stuff. But as the game wore on, he was chipping away more and more and more. Then he break a 10-yard run here. So yeah, I believe in Antonio Gibson. I really do. I always think it just comes down to the fumbleitis. If he fixes that,
right,
he can be that. I think he's a poor man seeing Christian McCaffrey. I don't think he is that great and dynamic as Christian McCaffrey, but he could be that long-term answer, at that running back position.
Don, terrible person, Don, for saying that. And let's see here. What's up, Parker? Doing his Rudy's game in review. He said, Taylor is like what kind of commercial, Corey? A Cialis commercial. I think I've said this before. He can be really hard, but then he can get really soft if you don't take that medication. You guys can go and look that up. I won't do that. You would be the dropout. What are you talking about, Paulie? My God, man. Paulie's a big Heinicke hoper over there. So anyway, but yeah, I thought the guys did good. Another person that you did not mention, who I think has surprised all of us, is number one.
DeAndre
number
Carter.
One. He has taken over for Paul Richardson. I mean, Curtis Samuel, right?
Yeah.
He did that. He basically is doing the role that Curtis Samuel was supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And then he's leading the NFL right now in kickoff returns. He has a kickoff return yard, and I think he's tied or second with 20 plus returns as well. He is a threat every time he touches the ball. And dare I say, he is probably the best returner we have seen here since Brian Mitchell.
That's not a stretch.
I mean, who would you go to in that situation? And I'm talking about a full-time return. I'm not talking about Santana Moss and spot relief on punt returns. I mean, we had Rock Cartwright return, but he never really did anything. Yeah. I think this guy has, and it might be a stretch to say that right now, but DeAndre Carter, I mean, this cat, instant offense.
Yeah, I mean, you have to really look at it and see who's been back there, over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, your Rock Cartwright, your Brandon Bankses, who had his amazing kick return in the preseason and won the job.
Banks, every time we had Banks in a kickoff return, we lost the game.
Yeah, I wouldn't say so. I would
put him over Brandon Banks. Yeah. I would. Hey.
Yeah. Steven Sims couldn't catch a punt to save his life.
That's true.
It seemed like back there. So yeah, DeAndre Carter on offense and special teams is everything that Steven Sims was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to tell me. I personally didn't expect this on the offensive side from DeAndre Carter, simply because, if De'Ami Brown stays healthy, I think, he's the guy that can't stay on the field.
Who's
that guy?
I think he played at Duke. I don't think he played at UNC.
So he can't, this is a play. If he could have stayed healthy, this was his time to truly shine, because there's no Curtis Samuel. So guess what? You were the default number 2, and you're not on the field. DeAndre Carter coming in, he's getting open, scoring touchdowns. He's playing fantastic lights out football. He's he's that guy that I can trust to say, hey, on third down, I'm gonna give you the ball. So yeah. Big ups to DeAndre.
Yeah, well, so Brandon Banks there, y'all, if y'all want to say Brandon Banks, I think that he kind of would outclass Brandon Banks in that situation, because he has had a body work. But his biggest problem in recent memory was keeping hold of the ball there. He hadn't been doing it. He's been very consistent with carrying the ball. I think you look at it, he was the reason why we beat Atlanta, and he's one of the reasons why we beat Tampa, even on that high ball in the corner that Heinicke had thrown to him. Linda, what's up there? Yes, it's a beautiful face. It's called cocoa butter and drinking a whole hell of a lot of water. But, we move on from that. Talk to me about that final drive. And did you the emotions, the ebbs and flows of that 19 play, 80 yards, 10 minutes, 24 seconds? Talk about that.
Man,
talk about it.
If you were going to tell me that team could pull that out,
yeah,
I would have told you that you were lying.
Mm-hmm.
It was masterful. Taylor Heinicke did a fantastic job. The offensive line did a fantastic job, and just overall, I couldn't believe the way they were moving. I'm thinking third down. We about to get off the field right here, and here they are making the move, boom, getting it, and they moving the chains. I think they ended up getting the penalty on that drive, but they still a set back forward, move the chains, and it was consistent, and it was amazing to me. Every time I saw a third down, I knew they were just getting off the field. So, I mean, you couldn't ask. I truly think, and you could say what you want, that was the best drive that any team has had all season, bar none. And I really believe that. So yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, no lies there. And you talk about that. I don't have the numbers on how many third downs they converted on that drive, but it is you had some great conversions there. 11 of 19 on third down, and on throughout the whole game, 58% when you're running about 40. That's a recipe for winning. And then also you look at the defense as well, man.
Yeah.
The opposite side, 4 of 10. Now, people say that, I got in a conversation with somebody earlier about the defense, and they said that, hey, well, they didn't have Gronk. They're 2-2 of Gronk in the lineup.
Yeah.
So in the last 2 games, they lost with him in the lineup. But they said Antonio Brown was there. I can make that more believable because they hadn't lost a game with Antonio Brown in the lineup yet. So that you can say that. But yet and still, you got to play. You got to eat what's in front of you, man. Like, you can't worry about if they shouldn't have. They had the greatest quarterback of all time on the opposite side of the field, the ageless wonder himself, the field general. Still had Cameron Braid out there. Still had Mike Evans, who, dare I say, I think Prince George's County has APB out here for child abuse for twice in 1 year on Kendall Fuller. They still had these guys out here, man. And then you still run the football with Leonard Fournette and company. I think Ronald Jones was still active out there, but they only ran the ball like 7 times.
Yeah, they weren't really running the ball. On that last drive, Washington faced 5 third downs. The only one they didn't get was the last one where they went 2-4 on 4th down. So that's impressive. 5 first downs on 1 drive.
Yeah.
I just went back and looked, so let's see. Leonard Fournette had 11 carries for 47 yards. So that you have Mike Evans, the outside that one big catch. I mean, he did his thing. You can't, and it was fantastic. I was surprised. Overall, like you said, there's an APB out on Kendall Fuller because he's been getting on me on Mike Evans because he's roasted him twice this year. But I mean, outside of that play, Mike Evans was on lockdown.
Yeah. For the most part, yeah, he was. And, outside of that nasty, wicked stiff arm that he gave our boy Kendall Fuller, and I've always told people this, and they don't believe me when I say that Mike Evans is my favorite wide receiver in the NFL that's not wearing burgundy and gold. And he has been since he got out of the league. Because I remember he was sitting there. I'll never forget where I was. So we'll tell a family story. So we went over to see Zena and Aunt Nene one time, and that game was on. And Mike Evans was just beating the hell out of us. And I said, damn, this guy's fun to watch. And I was like, I felt so dirty like watching it. I said, he's going to go over 200 yards. Boy, how he did. Man, that was just, that was amazing. So that's why he's been one of my favorite wide receivers in this league. So, and I'll ask you this. what does this? I know what my answer is, but what does this win mean to you going forward with this team?
I'm not going to lie. At first, as I was watching the games go by the last couple weeks prior to this game, I was at a point I'm like, hey, do what it's kind of, hey, limp out, because the offense was ugly, because you went up against Green Bay, whose defense in the red zone was awful. You couldn't move, you couldn't score at all. You go against Kansas City's defense,
right?
And you could only put up 13 points on the board, and the defense was trying to help you out. You play Denver, and Denver is begging you to win that game, and you can't walk away with the win. So I was so going into that game on Sunday, I was like, you know what? I just want to see Tom Brady. That's what it came down to, because I was like, I want to see what this team can do. I want to see them perform, but I wasn't expecting what I saw. I think the way the defense has played the last now 3 weeks, going on 4, if they can continue and the offense can keep pace and do what they did, I have a little bit more faith that Washington can win about 3 or 4 games down the stretch. Hey, they are still in the playoff race. I had mentioned to you on Sunday, like, hey, draft, but you know what? Play it out. You make the playoffs, go for it. Go for it. Have fun, have at it. I really think long term, you say, everybody's like, oh, there's a lot of holes. I really don't think on defense the holes are as glaring as what we think.
I think it's a mindset thing more than anything.
Exactly.
Scheme, yeah.
Exactly. Because, if you watch the last couple of weeks, they've actually, it's gotten better. Jamin Davis has been playing a lot better on the defense. So it comes down, grab yourself a quarterback. A quarterback will make all the difference with this team.
And I brought this up. I don't know if I brought this up to you. The you talk about the defense, and you look at the key contributors on that coaching staff. None of them have worked with Jack Del Rio before.
Yeah,
none of them have. So they're all Ron retreads from. I think besides Jeff Scania and Brett Vesselmeyer, those are the only guys that haven't really been Panthers retreads.
Yep.
But Chris Harris, defensive back coach, who was supposed to be getting a defensive coordinator's interview, who didn't get it, played for Ron. Steve Russ came over from Carolina. Sam Mills III should be in Carolina still. I think he probably still has a house down there, so we'll see that this week. And Richard Rodgers, who played at USC with him and was there in Carolina for so long with him, which actually got his son a job in the offseason last season. So, like, Jack Del Rio, whether we want to defend him or not, he's already going up behind the 8 ball. The only thing he's got, the only relationship he really has for him is that he's a defensive mind, and he coached Julius Peppers. That's about in that situation. Yeah. So, but it is about scheme. In my opinion, on this, and how I am. I don't believe in tanking because 2, I think 1, it's corny. 2, you can't tank if you're bad, right?
Right.
And that's what a lot of people, they say we tank. Well, we're bad. We're not really tanking. This is just who we are. I think there's a lot of favoritism. You talk and listen to Doc Walker on First Stream Podcast with Toothpick, who's on here on Sunday. Y'all should go and check that out. He talked about there's a lot of favoritism in the locker room. It's a lot of, these guys, not the right guys playing, but the guys who are the yes guys in there. So cronyism, right? We see it all the time. It's the reason why you have people going to funerals and not mention people's names, right? So I'm not being petty. I'm just kind of off kilter right there. But that is that's key right there. That is key relation. I think we forget that these are people and it's not Madden. But and as far as this win goes for me, it showed me what this team is capable of. And I think that this defense is going to realize Bones, who calls in the Travis's show all the time, he said this. He says the next man up defense. This is a very gritty and grimy type defense because there's no superstar. You've got one really good. You've got maybe John Allen, maybe star, but he's not superstar, right? Kind of like in Madden. I'm going to like you've got your stars, but he's not that superstar level yet. But you got a guy, but he's a lunch pail guy. A lot of these other guys, they're trying to prove themselves. Looks like it's going to be James Smith-Williams and Casey Toohill, who are going to be the bookends now. And man, I'm looking forward to seeing this defense, but it showed me what they're capable of. I said this from the jump during the bye week. They're going to win 3 or 4 more games at least, because it's the most Washington thing to do when people are starting to look at quarterbacks. Oh, people are looking at quarterback. Well, let's start winning some ball games. That's what they do here. Got some. What's up, Jordan? It's my sister right there. How you doing? I finally figured out what Scott Turner. He said they look like trying to be the Chiefs. Go ahead, Don. Evans has a hell of a backstory too. Wow, Paulie and I agree on something. That's why he would catch those Heinicke high balls too, Paulie. Alexander Wilson, appreciate you as always. Super chat. The only way Washington football will win is to create turnovers like they did against Tampa Bay and dominating the time of possession as well. Yeah. That's how they win. Let's see. First round quarterback is not the end all be all solution to ails this team. That's true. Didn't Jack Del Rio coach Von Miller? Yes, he did. He did coach Von Miller. And how's that going in LA right now? I said the same thing, Don Wilson. He tries to show up his scheme without a receiving franchise quarterback. It's not working for Kansas City this year, though.
Nope.
They tried to be Kansas City East. Facts, Roger. This team should have a max of 4 losses based on the talent and ability. But we had people saying, like, after one loss that this team isn't it, though, Armand. They were like, oh, this team's terrible. We lost to the Chargers by 4, blah, 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 blah. But they didn't recognize the talent. Now we beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Says, oh, yes, the charge to the playoffs. And let's see, don't forget to like the video. That's right. What's up, Anna? Corey, what's up, man? Love my team, but I'm rooting for Cam. Loser talk. Exactly, Paul. That's what that is. I don't know how you can root for Cam in this situation, but I don't get this. So we move on. Put the stamp. Tampa Bay's win. Get a good win against Tampa Bay, and storyline. He gets ready to go down to Carolina, but it's not really going to be just on his story. Ron Rivera's going back there for the first time since he was fired when he lost to the then Redskins, and they ran the ball down their effing throats. Adrian Peterson almost had 100 yards. Darius Geis, before he was beating up women, was out there beating up on Ron Rivera's squad there. I think, didn't he have a stiff arm on Shaq Thompson too? That he baptized them in the Queen City River or something like that.
Yes,
so, I think that, we're going into this game and it's all about Cam Newton. It is all, they are gaslighting Cam Newton, and this is an opportunity for Washington to seize the moment. Because they're not really talking about it like, oh, this is Ron Rivera's return. It's become about Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Oh, Cam Newton's going to start. Oh, Cam Newton's back. Tyler Perry has just bought production. He said Medea's return to the Queen City is coming Sunday, November 21st. Shout out to Corey, because it's going to be birthday number 31 for this guy over here. So, so we got a birthday stream on Sunday. It's going to be fun. But when you look at this team, Carolina, team that was 3-0, lost their last 4 out of 5 or something like that, or 4 out of 6. At this point in the team, Cam Newton's probably going to start. What do you see in this team, Carolina? What you've seen in so far this season?
So first and foremost, I have to mention that defense. Their defense is one of the tops in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I can't sleep on that fact. I think overall, we'll see what the offense can do with Cam back there running it.
Mm-hmm.
But I really believe that Washington's defense will be able to stifle the offense. I believe that. I truly believe that.
Mm-hmm.
This game is going to come down to what is our offense going to be able to do.
Right.
What is Heinicke going to be able to do? Watching this past game, truthfully, there were so many players that were open, and Heinicke either just missed the read or didn't see them and did something else.
Don't talk bad about Paulie's man like that now. Show him some damn respect. Don't do that, Dewayne. Don't do that. They won the game. They done anyway. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So hey, look, I'll just all I have to say is because I'm trying to work my way down to that game. I'm trying to see how that goes, but I really believe the game's going to come down to Heinicke and see what he can do. As if he can replicate what he just did, I think they can win that game. I ping Washington with Cam ain't no Tom Brady. Yeah, this is very true. Bingo.
Man, bingo Bob right there.
That's bingo right there. I mean, hey, all you have to do is if Washington can get pressure with and it's going to come down to, I don't know, I would pull Daron Payne and run more Matt Ioannidis personally in this game. But if they can get pressure up the middle and just make Cam uncomfortable, it's their game to take, man. William Jackson played lights out this past game. I think he's starting to get more comfortable with the scheme, and I think he can. I think he can be the player that we paid him to be.
William Jackson, 8 games, has been flagged for 8 penalties. 7 of them have been accepted. Anyway, but
I understand where you're coming from. I really do, but I'm just saying if he can replicate what he did this past game, like I said, the defensive players seem like they're starting to get a little bit more comfortable. Yeah. So, if that's the case that he can replicate, I think he can live up to the contract that he got.
Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, Armand. I was going to say QB arm. I said in the NFL, what has a high school QB arm and a flag football body? Hey, man, the kid's got moxie, though. He's got NFL level moxie. Yes, what's up, Black Rick? I just the defense is what scares me because they've got Chen, they've got Thompson, they've got some of these other guys, and they've done really good. I don't think Matt Rule is the great NFL coach that everybody's making him out to be. I don't think that Joe Brady is this great offensive mind just because he won at LSU in his first year as offense coordinator. I don't think that is the case. You look at it. One thing about Carolina, they played. Who did they start out against? They started out against New Orleans at home. New Orleans was still trying to find themselves. They're coming off an emotional win. Green Bay. They beat who they beat in week 1.
They beat the Jets.
They beat the Jets
19-14.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. And then they beat the Texans. Stop.
So their wins are against the Jets, Saints, Texans, Falcons, and the Cardinals.
Come on now. And
that's the Cardinals team without Kyler Murray, who's been come on, and no DeAndre Hopkins either. So
Yep. And Lord knows I've been hurting because there's been no DeAndre Hopkins. But Lord, I can't really explain why. But yeah, I mean, I don't get this love obsession outside of Cam. I mean, we've got our own fans who have hollered for Cam Newton. They're like, I'm rooting for the Panthers. I'm like, dude, what?
Yeah, that's crazy. I think honestly, I understand where their Carolina's defense is ranked. I think Carolina's defense is a classic case of what Washington was last year. The opponents that they were playing and when they went against actual decent offenses, i.e. Dallas, they lost. Dallas put up 36 points. Played Minnesota put up 34 points. So when they played these good offenses, they were getting exposed a little bit. So,
but they didn't have Cam. That's why. They didn't have Cam. Like you look at these, like somebody they went out. Dallas beat the brakes off of them. Yeah. Let them come back in that game. Philadelphia edged them out. Kirk family member who Minnesota hadn't played too bad this year. Atlanta, they had to force a couple of turnovers and bloody up Matt Ryan, or that would have been a loss right there for them. The Patriots come in there and beat them. And this is a team that might not be without Brian Burns. We don't really know if they're going to have Brian Burns this week. And then you go out to Arizona, which they played our old guy, Colt McCoy, who we know he's good for one surprise victory per team. He beat Seattle one time, beat Dallas, he beat Arizona, all these good teams. He's good for one surprise one.
Yeah. I agree. And that's what it comes down to. I think this is a winnable game for them. I really do. And and I hope Washington doesn't do anything stupid and sell themselves on this game. But if they can, they should be able to put this one together. and make a run the next. At least I think they should be on a 3-game winning streak going into Las Vegas.
Should be, could be. We hope so.
Yeah.
Fundamental football, running the ball out of 12 personnel, play action, no more than 25 passing. We had 32 from, so we got to get that then. On defense, press coverage, Cam's not accurate. New offense, QB contain, rush approach. Yeah, you got to be. And I think if there's one, at least a staff that's prepped for Cam Newton, like it's got to be this. It's got to be this. You had him for 9 years.
Yep.
Like Ron Rivera should be in the defensive meeting room all week prepping for this cat. Like it should, like he should be like, Jack, we've seen this. He does this. He has a tendency to do this. Get him rattled. You got to.
I mean, Ron Rivera has driven that car for so long.
Yes.
And he's fixed it so many times. If something goes wrong, he should be able to pop the hood, look on it. Oh, this is what we have to do and fix it. And when he's dealing with Cam Newton, it should not be. They should have zero issue,
right?
Dealing with this, dealing with Cam Newton. You should know exactly what you're going to get from him.
And then we talk about a lot of Cam Newton, and Armand says Matt Rule will get out-coached this game. The question is, will the players execute? The question is, and that's what killed us last time around. And remember, this was the first time we got to see Taylor Heinicke was back in December. It was the penultimate week of the NFL season, and Washington literally could have wrapped up the NFC East, and now they had to worry about Philadelphia.
True.
And could have just got prepped for the playoffs then. My big thing with all this is you can't turn the ball over, because then you go and you kind of collapse. And plus Antonio Gibson, he wasn't all healthy, and he will still run the ball, and they deviated away from him. He was running the ball effectively in that ball game against that defense.
Yeah. And that's very true. And that's what it comes to. You have to keep you can't give up on the run. And I know that's Scott Turner's favorite thing to do sometimes very early is to give up on the run, but you can't. And, his daddy was famous for doing the same thing. So, it's one of those things that you have to trust the process. And in this past game, if anything is proof to you that you can't give up on the run, it's when you play Tampa Bay. Because were you truly effective on the ground? But you still were consistently running, and it kept you balanced. And that's what it comes down to. Keep yourself balanced so you can actually have a chance to keep it going. So you're absolutely right on that aspect.
Yeah. Frost 40 below says, I don't understand why all Heinicke's passes are too high. We're going to talk to him about this. Probably too much of that Bud Heinicke over there. Paul says Taylor Heinicke is that guy. People need to give him credit. Every quarterback makes bad decisions. So, God, why do I'm oh gosh. See, because I sound like a hater when I say this, and it might be right. I might be a little bit of a hater. But I call him Taylor Story Heinicke. Why do I call him that? I've told y'all this a couple of times. I told a couple of folks this. Taylor plays when the storyline fits him.
Yeah.
Come on now. Who is Taylor Heinicke? We didn't know in the playoff game. The legend of Taylor Heinicke, Crit. First start against the Giants, went out there, balled out, played, did great. Then really didn't. Then we kind of had that lull. He returned back to Georgia, home, beat the Falcons, had some crazy hellacious plays, ill-advised passes, but they worked.
Yeah.
And we got to have that. The kid has the moxie, like I said. Then we hit the lull. Like, what happened? And we can blame Scott Turner for exploiting him and not giving him an opportunity and running that ball. We can say that. That's part of it, right? But when you have a game in Denver with the Broncos, they literally could have been a homeless shelter. They could have been Goodwill. They could have been the church. This was the church auction. And they was giving away stuff on Halloween. If this was the trick or treat.
Wow.
And you did not seize that opportunity. Come on, storyline, Heinicke. And then the legend of Taylor Heinicke, the revenge story, right?
Yeah.
That's your 3 wins right there. Taylor has been the focus of all 3 of them. I need him to show up in a game where he's not the only storyline. I'm waiting for it. Yeah. If he goes out here and balls out the next 2 weeks and we win, you won't hear a word out of me. I promise you. Hand to God. And you know this. I won't say anything else about him.
Yeah. You know, I agree. You know, the one thing I'll say, like I said, with Taylor Heinicke, I think, Paul is, very high on Taylor. I think Taylor is a fantastic backup.
I do too.
I think he would be the best backup quarterback in the league, bar none. Now, if maybe there's a team out there that thinks they could do something with Taylor Heinicke, and if we draft our quarterback, some team like, oh, here, take my first round pick or something nutty like that because they're that desperate for a quarterback. Bye. So I don't think Taylor is a long-term option. I just do not think that. He is doing great for what they're asking him to do. But outside of, if you really watch Taylor play, you would see like, gosh, this dude's open. Why hasn't he thrown the ball yet? And he throws it up the field. Perfect example is in that game versus Denver when I think it was that fourth down where Seals Jones was wide open once he rolled out. Immediately, boom, ball's gone, it's first down. But he waits, he holds on to it. As soon as he catches it, he gets blasted. Turnover on downs. Yeah,
people said, hopefully we can Logan Thomas back. We don't know the status of Ricky Seals-Jones, John Bates. I mean, he can make a catch, but he's not that quick. He's not that fleet of foot.
I told you that.
Well, I know the man can catch though, and I told don't leave our cousin Bates. Leave our cousin. He's from Batestown, so leave him alone. They just dipped him in a little bit of ice cream and stuff. That's about it. Leave that brother alone. But anyway, so that's my thing with Taylor is that you know what he is? He is the perfect stopgap quarterback.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he is.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
He is that guy because Taylor Heinicke, you can put it on him to win, right? Somebody, I can't remember who said it. It might have been Don who said this, but he's very reminiscent of Colt McCoy.
Yeah.
And the more and more I see it, I'm like, I get it. I get it now.
Yeah.
I get it. He is. He pretty much is Colt McCoy right there. But yeah, Paul, I get you. Every quarterback makes bad decisions. We get that. But like I said, that boy pats that ball like, oh, sacked.
Yeah.
Frost, because he's short and doesn't move his feet in the pocket to the position for windows. Paul Heinicke is the best backup in the league. That's right. Panthers have 4 cornerbacks that are above average and one special one. They don't need 40 pass attempts from Taylor. They need 32. That's the magic number right there. Keep on telling you this, Roger. We just need Taylor to take what the defense gives him and don't turn the ball over. Yes. Hawk, what's up, man? I'm going Panthers on this one. Cam will be vindicated. What axe does he have to grind against this team? Why? In Hawk, I love you, bro. So this is what I'm saying. Why is everybody like, oh, this is the team. This is his get right game. His get right game was last week.
Right.
That's what his get back game. Stop making us the get back team. Maybe for once in our life, it's okay to believe that we were done wrong, that our head coach was done wrong. Is it okay to believe that? Yes, it's fine, y'all. You don't owe Cam nothing. We don't owe Cam nothing. Get it? Gotcha, bro. Okay. Anyway, the fact is that Taylor's not a rookie. Thank you. And let's stop this lie right here. He's damn near 30 years old. This man can apply for Medicaid in 2 years, probably. He's not gonna get much better. That's right. Unlike a rookie, people try to make excuses. I'm tired of people making excuses for teams that the Washington football team beat. Yes, exactly, Paul. I'm
with him.
Right,
I'm
here.
with him on that 100%.
I am Richard. Like this, it was last week. They didn't have Gronk. They didn't have Antonio Brown. Too bad. Too bad.
It's also Washington. Let's say like this. Oh, Washington was missing. They're missing both of their defensive ends.
Exactly.
They're missing their starting tight end. They're missing their starting. They're missing their starting right tackle. Like they're missing their starting center. What are we doing?
It's Washington.
Like, yeah, exactly.
It's Washington.
Like, come on,
it's Washington.
Exactly.
Like, dude, like, come on, Dan. Like, I ain't trying to be a homer, but damn, what has Dan Snyder done to you people? Like what has it happened? Anyway, like if we talk about quarterbacks, it's like my boy Paul is saying, it's loser talk. That's all it is. Exactly. That's why we'll never be good, because we're like, well, oh damn. Yeah. Here it is. We can't handle adversity. Washington football fandom is a great moratorium on life, because when we can't handle adversity, we give up. That's what it is. It's exactly what it is. It's the reason why we have safe spaces. Oh, y'all, I got too real for y'all. I'm sorry. Let me stop. I got too real for y'all. I forgot where I was. This is on the pre. I wasn't on the pre.
What they say? Hold on now, Pastor. You're knocking on somebody's door.
Hold my peace. Who is that? I can't hear you. That's what I thought. Too soft, vanilla soft here. Let's see here. Taylor's a bridge quarterback and best backup. He's rickety. Yes, he is a rookie. You're not giving him a chance because he doesn't have a rocket arm. Don't care how he did. He hasn't played. He's a rookie. Corey, quick question before I have to go. Chiefs or Cowboys? Always the Chiefs beat the Cowboys. Gunny, bro, Taylor is hard. He doesn't. Oh, don't dang. Look, you can talk to Paulie about that. It's like talking to a wall here. Check the tape. Damien, whose team can't even do anything with Justin Fields, is going to get the boy hurt. Cam and Vendetta. Without him, that's why people say went to the playoffs without Cam and 4 quarterbacks. Washington Nation precinct. Nah, pre-franchise. They need to hear. That's right. What's up, Big Simple? We lit, bro. But yeah, I mean, this is like and people like Washington, like I'm rooting for Cam. We should have got Cam. What did it say that Cam was going to be good in this system, was going to be good with this talent? The man is talking, and they talk about it a lot. They talk about culture, in which it's getting a little nauseating when he talks about culture. But they've seen enough out of Cam. If it's one thing I will trust this man on, it's not going back to Cam. It's not going back to him. Dave Gettleman, this was his number 1 pick in Carolina, his first year. They were tied at the hip. Why would they not go after him?
Exactly.
Why would I? That would be like, so little y'all don't know, Dewayne's brother went viral back in June because his roommate had a little crazy drunk girl who got all drunk and crazy. They said she had problems. He felt bad for her. And here, Corey's going to make a point here in a minute. I'll bless you here in a second. And they said it was a Tinder date from hell, right? You go back. It would be like me if I was single, right? And I said, or one of my boys was like, hey, yo, what was what's the latte's roommate's girl's name that was on TikTok? Yeah, we want to go. Oh, yeah. We want to go out and get her. No, don't do it. Don't do it. She crazy. She pissed all over the couch. She lost a tooth. At the end of the day, I'm going to believe the people who were in that situation. That's where I'm getting at right there. I'm not going to believe the 4 million other people that are like, oh, I see this and I feel bad because they're making fun of her and making her laugh. No, I'm going to believe the people who were actually there and experienced it. So, but here we go. Y'all, like, I'm just, anyway, give me a couple of guys on the Panthers that you're looking at that are like, they could cause problems. What's the matchup you're looking at?
Stephon Gilmore versus Terry McLaurin. Mm-hmm. That's one. Another one is going to be Taylor Heinicke versus that secondary as a whole.
Jeremy Chin.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's that secondary as a whole. And another matchup I'm looking at is is how the linebackers are going to match up with Christian McCaffrey. How is Jamin Davis going to do out in space with Christian McCaffrey? How is Cole Holcomb going to do? I really think you're going to see a lot of the nickel package where you have Landon Collins on the field as that sub to kind of help out with Christian
McCaffrey.
His
ass downhill. Keep his ass downhill.
Exactly. So that's another matchup I'm looking at, and both corners versus DJ Moore and then Robbie Anderson as well. Those are the matchups I'm looking at. I don't think I truthfully, and people could say what they want. I don't think Cam's going to be the biggest factor as people think he's going to be.
I think you might be right there, because like I said, they're gaslighting this matchup. Hell, y'all see the thumbnail? I gaslight. I put Ron and Cam on here, right? Just because. But and I think who you also failed to mention, don't forget about Chuba Hubbard now.
That's true.
That's a good 1-2 combination on the ground right there.
It is
for him. He is their leading rusher, because we know McCaffrey has had some injuries there, and he's had some durability issues over the last couple of years. But I think that how you respond to this game is going to be played in literally an hour, because I don't think anybody's going to throw the ball. Like I believe this.
It's gonna look like it's gonna look like Callahan's coaching again.
Oh God! Oh Lord, have mercy!
Talk about a game over in an hour.
Where's the fullback? Go get your fullback. We need a fullback out here.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my gosh! But they've got, I don't know, well, they don't got my guy on here because he's hurt this year. But you look at all these people. You don't think that as many people that play with Tyler Larson, Joey Sly, the coaching staff, Creed from The Office. No, Marty Herney, that's his name. I was thinking about Creed Bratton for a second. They look the same if you look it up.
They do.
You don't think these bastards don't want this game? Think about it. There's probably like 4 or 5 people that are still on the roster from the 2019 roster here in Carolina, right?
Right.
So Tepper don't give a damn. He got rid of them. That's a cold-blooded thing. He got rid of them right after Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Who's going to get Courtney's Christmas present? Ron couldn't give his little girl a Christmas present. What? Because you fired him. Anyway, you don't think these people don't want this? You don't think the way this team, and you got to give Ron credit. As much shit as we give him, he has kept these Bamas together.
I agree. 100%.
You don't hear any crap, any reports of bull or there's some rumblings in the locker room of this or that. There's no insider reporting about what's going on here.
Yeah.
It all flows up. It's just a little cronyism in there, which that's in any organization, right? So at Washington, I'll ask you this. We'll get to the 6-packs as well. Washington wins if. Give me 3 things Washington needs to do to win the game. Besides play 12 personnel, run the ball, play press coverage. Roger, I love you, bro. I wanted to say the paragraph for you, man.
So Washington wins if Taylor Heinicke protects the football and is able to move the football consistently like he was this past Sunday. Mm-hmm. Washington wins if they are able to stop the run, and they've gotten better at that the last couple of weeks.
They have.
Washington wins if they get a big game from Antonio Gibson. Those are the 3. That's what's going to come down to. You have to trust that run game and believe in Antonio Gibson.
Roger. Love you, OG. Love you, OG. You know I gotta get you. I gotta get you on that. Yeah, I agree with you there. Oh shit! Steve? What's up, Daddy Steve? We call him Daddy Steve because he just had a little girl. What's up, brother? Hot take. Cam will carve us a hot take from Steve. Stop that, Steve. Stop, man. You know I thought better. You the tech guy. Man, you lacking sleep. I'm just gonna say that because new baby and everything. You lacking that sleep, brother. Washington wins if I think you run the ball combination time of about 30 times, right? Washington wins if you you convert your third downs, right?
Yep.
You convert your third downs. You must be over 50% on third down. That is the magic number right there for me. And then Washington wins if you are 100% in the red zone. That's what I think. And what I mean by that is not going for field goals, but punching it in and dominating the time possession. I think this should be an ugly game. I think this will be an ugly game. But I think at the end of the day, if we are to win this game, you got to do this. So you got to play ugly with them. You can't always win sexy, and you can lose sexy all you want to.
Right.
I'd rather win ugly. I'd rather have no teeth in my win than go back with all my pearly whites in a loss. That's just how it is. It is November. It's cold. Play physical football, playoff football in Virginia. So we know how it's gonna do. We know how to do here. So we always play a game here every week. And I gotta pull it up here. We do the 6-pack. But since you're here, we are going to go head to head. You and I are going to go head to head, and we will pick every game in week 11.
Okay.
And then I'll give you. Are we still doing the thing where I gotta send you my points in and stuff?
Oh yeah. Send me that.
Okay, yeah, you've been kind of bamish on that the last couple of weeks. I think you probably done won. So anyway, so we'll go through. So the purpose of that, so you can send your mama there, and we'll do a total for Monday Night Football also as well. Let's go here. So starting out tomorrow night, New England is at Atlanta on Thursday Night Football here. Who you got in this one?
If New England doesn't run through them, there's a problem.
Okay. You're going with New England. Guess what? Yeah, I can't do no revenge in that Super Bowl. I can't do that. I can't do that. Yeah, we go New England that one. Give me tripping Matt Jones, which that was a dirty play. Mac Jones, that was a dirty play. I don't care what anybody says. Give me that. They learned that at Alabama. That's what they taught him, right? That's what he majored in. Dirty football playing, right, Roger? It's the shot dodging bowl as Green Bay visits Minnesota. Kurt, I'll pray on the shot, and Aaron, I'll pray to Joe Rogan on the shot. Go up against each other in the in the land of the Mall of America. Who you got in this one, Green Bay or Kirk family member?
This Minnesota Vikings team is
who are they?
Bipolar.
Who are they? Right.
This team is truthfully, this team is a couple plays away from being undefeated.
Yeah.
They've sold a lot of games.
Yeah.
But I'm going to ride with Minnesota.
You're gonna ride with Minnesota.
I'm gonna ride with Minnesota. I think they break that streak of getting in when it comes to that red zone, because I think what they said, Green Bay hasn't given up a touchdown in the red zone and out for how many games? So since that Washington game. So yeah, I'm riding with Minnesota.
Yeah, we're gonna diverge on this one. Give me Green Bay in this one. That defense is just, I don't know what Joe Barry has done. And he has been calling a great defense. I think that his two best called games were over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
This one against Russell Wilson, although he's been working on his finger more than a 13-year-old middle school student. We won't get into that too far, but I like Green Bay in this one. I like their defense. I think that they will make Kirk Cousins be uncomfortable. And then the worst thing about a Minnesota team with Kirk Cousins is expectation.
Yeah,
that's what it is. I'll give me Aaron Rodgers, number 12, but that defense will come out there, especially the way they played against Kansas City, which Kansas City hasn't been great offensively this year, but they look like they finally hit their strides against the house down there in Vegas. Give me Green Bay on the road. Baltimore goes to Chicago, as it is Lamar Jackson current against Lamar Jackson future. And Justin Fields and the Bears. I think the last time they actually played a game, these two teams played in Chicago. It was a lightning storm back in 2013, which delayed the game, and it destroyed the field there. But anyone Anyone could. I think this one might be a sneakily good game though.
Yeah.
But who you got? You going roll with Lamar? Or you going with Chicago?
I don't like Matt Nagy. I think Matt Nagy's a terrible head coach, and that's the reason why they're going to lose the game. I just unless unless Greg Roman just a dummy and Chicago decides to come out and say, "Oh, I see what Miami did. Let's try that too," and Greg Roman doesn't adjust. No, there's no way that Baltimore should really lose that game. It's a problem if they do.
Chicago covers. Baltimore wins the game. Give me, I'm going to take Baltimore in that one. I just think that they'll go out here, especially they've had 3 extra days repair. They lost going to Miami in a game they should not have lost and lost ugly. Hell have no fury like a Harbaugh scorned. And like I said, Greg Roman, who I think is probably the best offensive coordinator when it comes to dealing with mobile quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson, they'll have something ready for him. Chicago, I don't think has they will make it competitive, but I think at the end of the day it's going to be the Ravens. We still have to we going with the home team, aren't we? We're going with the old football team, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. We're watching. Okay, we're going there. We don't usually pick that game here, but we'll do it for other states. Indianapolis goes to Buffalo. Carson Wentz. They've been all right as of late. Buffalo kind of. They've been a little after that loss against Jacksonville when they only had 6 points scored, uptick against the Jets, but you're getting ready to play somebody that's not homeless or like that's like a 6-year-old. Who you got?
I have to ride with the person who's I think is on track to win the MVP. And that's going to be Josh Allen. Hey, look, the Bills will circle the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
We're breaking some tables, guys.
Yeah, we are breaking some tables. I slap tables on the radio all the time, so they love it. Oh, I won't break a table. I'll slap them, but I will go with my Super Bowl pick out of the AFC. I'm going with the Buffalo Bills as well. Just so y'all know, I took Green Bay and Buffalo to make it to the Super Bowl. And tell me how that's working. Detroit is at Cleveland.
My goodness. This is Detroit is the best winless team I've ever come across in my life. But dang, if they wanted to win, they can't win.
And they can't. Pittsburgh was giving them that game, or they were giving Pittsburgh that game.
Yeah, and neither team wanted to win that game last week. That's why it ended up in a tie. The Browns, how disappointing they've been. But I'm a Baker. Baker, you can't do it. You can't sell this game. It's the Lions. You can't lose to the Lions. I got to ride Cleveland.
Give me the road team. I'm going Detroit Lions. David Blau.
Really?
David Blau to win Detroit's first game. Something about Cleveland smells fishy. In Baker Mayfield, you having all these injuries. Their running backs have been a little suspect as of late on the injury reports. Homeboy, give me Detroit in this one. Let's go Lions. Okay. Go one pride, baby. Shout out to Micro Mike and the guys there. San Francisco's at Jack. San Francisco.
Yeah.
No, you didn't have to speak. I know. Yeah. Anyway. The Texans are at Tennessee Titans. Gotcha.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Let's see. I'm being so disrespectful. The Dolphins are at the Jets. God, do we really have to pause and talk about this game?
Man, that's
who cares? Is more or less right.
That's a shitter. I'm going. Oh my God, Miami. I don't know. That's a terrible game.
It is a terrible game. It'll be a lot of points. I bet you.
Yeah.
Tua, man. Let's go Tua. I'm gonna go Tua. MIA. Because Joe Flacco starting. That's for the Jets. I forgot.
Oh my God, average Joe.
Oh God, below average Joe now. So, man. So you going Miami too?
Yeah.
Tua. He's our guy. If he can't do it, hell, somebody might. New Orleans is at Philadelphia. Surprisingly enough, I think the Eagles have a shot to win this division. depending on if we get the December Dallas Cowboys.
That's depending on the way their schedule looks at the end. That's very possible. I like Philly. I like Philly. The Saints just aren't impressive to me without Jameis Winston back there.
Nope, they're not. They did mess up somebody's, gambling thing when they covered last week, 2 in the hook. Don't know who that was. I ain't going to the way. I'm taking I'm going with the girls from the city of sisterly hate there. How about that? Who else we got here? Cincinnati is at Vegas.
Ooh, that Raiders team, man.
The only place where the house loses in Las Vegas.
Yeah, man, Cincinnati has actually impressed me.
Besides that Jets game.
Yeah, outside of that Jets game, which I think, it was an anomaly. I'm just going to be honest.
And Cleveland beat the hell out of them too now.
Yeah. Man, that's tough. I mean, I just think Vegas is dealing with so much right now, and I'm riding with Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati is going to get it done. It's just too much going on in Vegas right now. It's too many distractions.
Yeah, I don't know if you could find a win if it was hidden in John Gruden's emails here. So let me go with Cincinnati there. Y'all know I'm not petty. I don't do that stuff. Arizona is at Seattle. Big Thumb Russ and Microman himself, Kyler Murray. Will Kyler Murray play? That's the question. Or is it Colt McCoy still? This team is kind of going. They're kind of fizzling out here right now. If they can't get them out there, who you got in the land of the 12th man, which really isn't really the land of the 12th man anymore. They don't have that advantage as it is, but it is Seattle at home.
I'm taking Seattle. I don't like even though that Seattle defense is not what it used to be at all. There's no way I'm betting against Seattle and Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's not laying another goose egg. There ain't no way.
Yeah, they're not gonna lay a goose egg. But I think they will have an axe to grind here. What's up, Go Caps? God. It's so many variables. It's so many variables for that game. And I am going to go and roll with Arizona because I think Kyler will play. Dallas is at Kansas City. Let's move on.
I got Kansas City.
Yeah, I got Kansas City too. Dallas might win that game. But interestingly enough, when was the last time they played in there? It was 2013. I remember 2009. Miles Austin won in overtime against them. That big old touchdown run right there. Let's see. Sunday Night Football. Pittsburgh is at the. Are they frauds? Are the Chargers frauds, man? That's another question. What's going on? Everybody was big on Justin Herbert now, and then they've kind of like.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I had Los Angeles winning that division. I don't know what's happened in the last couple of weeks. What's happening to the Chiefs? I expected this. I'm not gonna lie, I did, because people was like, "Oh, there's no way you picked the Chargers." I said, "Absolutely, I picked the Chargers to win that division." But I don't know.
That plus money is a Bama, ain't it?
Yeah, I just don't know what happened to the. Truthfully, I don't think Justin Herbert's a fraud. I won't say that.
I didn't say he was a fraud. I said the team was a fraud.
The team. That's
what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not. I did think this team was going to make some noise in the AFC in this first year. So I'm going to ride with the Chargers this game. I mean, it's the Steelers. Come on, man.
Android Chargers. I'm going to go Chargers go as well because don't know if Big Ben's going to be back. So let's go LA Chargers as well. New York Giants, Monday Night Football at Tampa Bay. Tampa has got to be pissed off after going back-to-back losses against Trevor Siemian and Taylor Heinicke.
Oh, Tampa, Tom Brady's going to tear their ass alive. I'm telling you right now.
Tampa is going to pull a Dewayne in high school and just wreak havoc. Yeah. Let's go with Tampa as well. I think Tampa will beat the Giants also. But there you go. Tampa gonna go crazy. Yeah, I think they're gonna tee off on them, especially they get Antonio Brown back 6-0 when he's in the lineup. So take that right there. Linda says Bucs should have never fired their coach.
Twerking in the end zone for the.
Oh,
For
are you
Antonio.
talking about the Chargers? Frostbelow probably talking about Anthony Lynn. Yeah, I think they could have gave Anthony Lynn another year. But he's doing great as an offensive coordinator in Detroit right now, right?
There's no talent in Detroit, man.
There's no talent. Yeah, I don't know. There's just I don't know what's up with Detroit. They just keep on.
Name their receiver.
That's a good question. That's a good question, man.
Hey, name their receiver, man.
Rich, what's up, man? What's up, buddy? Y'all don't play this week, do you? Do you take the Broncos? Yeah, Broncos don't play this week. What's up, man? Shout out to Rich. Gotta go check him out. I don't know. Do they even have receivers?
Yeah, bro.
Hawkinson. There you go. TJ Hawkinson. He's tight end. I know he's a tight end, but damn.
Yeah, I mean.
So this is like when I get ready to go on Nati tomorrow, I'm gonna tell him this because he's been talking to me about what, and I'll ask because I keep you on here. We'll talk about DeAndre Swift is pretty good though. What's up with the Rams?
Man, that's my Super Bowl pick.
I don't think that. I don't think they make it to the championship game.
No, I don't know. I'm surprised. It's baffling. Like that defense should be playing lights out. And Matt Stafford, I don't know. I can't believe. Like I don't know. I'm baffled. Like you got Cooper Kupp playing. He's that white boy that Tom Brady used to throw around all the time. That's what we got.
Welker.
Yeah, Welker. I mean, that's what he's got, and it's man. And now you got Odell. Now, granted, I'll say like this: Odell's only been there for a week, so I'll give Odell a pass this week. I'll give him a pass because Robert Woods got hurt. Cool, I understand, but that defense should still be rolling lights out.
My question to you is though, what makes you think Odell is like wherever he goes, he leaves chaos. Yeah. Two, I mean, the only time they really made the playoffs was his rookie year in the Giants, and then last year. But he's supposed to be this guy that's supposed to plug in, and they'll probably make the playoffs this year, right?
Yeah. He didn't even play in the playoffs last year. You got to remember that he was hurt.
I rest my case then. Von Miller, still damaged goods, right? He's still working his way back from it. But to say this, I think it's a great thing to look at a super team because they're starting to buy. The Rams are buying pieces.
Yeah,
they don't have any draft capital, and this is very boom bust. I say it's like it's. I call two things crypto in this world: Brandon Sheriff and the Los Angeles Rams. Great, very high value. But at the end of the day, they have the potential to hit the floor. I don't trust Matt Stafford. And I'm not denying that he's talented. I'm not denying that. He doesn't know how to win in this league because he's never done it. He's a loser. And I mean that with the most respect in the world, but he's a loser.
Yeah. I mean, Tampa. The Rams are going to have to run across the right teams in the playoffs to actually be successful. Because they are going to the playoffs. More likely than not, the Rams are going to win that division. Unless there's something that chaotic happens, that's the Rams division to lose. But they're going to have to run across the right teams in the playoffs. I think Dallas is one of those right teams for them. Dallas would match up perfectly for them if they played Dallas. I'm just gonna be honest. I think Dallas is one of the right teams. If they catch the Buccaneers on the right night, the Buccaneers could be one of those teams too. I don't think they want to play Green Bay. I just don't think so. But if they play the right teams, they can make a run. But they're not who I think they should be right now.
Here's a stat for you. They're 7-3 right now. At this very time last year, they were 7-3 with Jared Goff.
Mm.
Now they probably beaten a better quality of opponent, but this is what even blows my mind. They've got a second place schedule still.
Yeah.
This year, and they're 7-3. The West is not what we thought it was going to be.
No.
It's just really Arizona and them, the 49ers, and then who else is out there? The Seahawks, so it have completely fallen off. Which that could be slim pickings next week. Huh.
But that's what I said, man. I think they should be going on a 3-game win streak into Vegas. I've said that, so.
Or it could be Russell's get right game. So we'll see.
Yeah,
right?
It could be. It could be.
With the loss of Chase, do you think you can fill in well enough for him? Yeah, and we kind of talked about this too, Dewayne, and we can elaborate on a little bit more if you want to. I don't think you got to worry about who the superstar is.
Nope.
You don't have to worry about who your superstar is. You just go out there. You got a whole bunch of guys that are going out there to play. I think Hill, which I think secretly was a great pickup last year off the practice squad of the Eagles. Because you see him in spots. He does good. He does well against the run. James Smith-Williams, his biggest problem at NC State was he wasn't healthy a lot. He's staying healthy. You might see Shaka Tony, William Bradley King might get activated. Wise is coming off the is off the practice squad now, and then Butu Ramini. I don't know how you say it, but I mean these are guys. The next man up, no name defense.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I think, overall, especially if you watched in this past game, Washington did a good job after Chase went down.
They did excellent.
Still keeping pressure on the quarterback, doing what they had to do to get the job done. So I think Washington's defense is truly interchangeable with certain parts, especially. I mean, honestly, look at the secondary. Truthfully, William Jackson went down. Somebody else stepped in and watched the defense did really truthfully get beat. So no, their parts. Jack Del Rio finally has. I don't know if he's finally learned how to coach again, and
slow starter.
Yeah, so he's found his way again, and hey, the pieces just fit right in and just keep it pushing. So I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that they're going to go out there, play with reckless abandonment there, and just go out there, ball out. I'm glad Cam Curl. We're seeing more of Cam Curl.
Yes.
As well. I think that was severely missed, and if it's not for him laying that wood, you ain't getting that interception.
Very true.
Literally. And then Bobby McCain as well. He could yell at the media finally because he actually did something right. But man, I'm impressed by these boys. I'm impressed by these cats and what they're doing, man. They have they're starting. They just that adrenaline, that adrenaline that they had from Chase. And people could say it was because of their fallen captain. I think there's one voice now. Who's your leader? Because you had a visual leader and you had a locker room leader. John Allen was the locker room leader. The face of the defense is Chase Young. Right. And you got that one leader. So I think you're gonna be good. My thing is too, and I've got a little bit of a conspiracy theory. I think people willed this injury to happen to Chase. And I mean, you listen to the same radio I listen to. And you may listen in the morning around 6 to 9. I refuse to listen to that. But there's certain people who, the host included, and certain people who call in, who's a doctor, and she who's a female. Chase Young is insubordinate. He did this. He go out and get his money. Blah blah blah. This and the third. I think those type of people will this to happen because they're the same people who defend Taylor Heinicke when he does anything wrong. But if Chase, who's struggling, which I agree, Chase did not play. He did not play up to what he was supposed to be doing this year, and it could have been his extracurricular activities. And what I'll tell him is, dude, you gotta manage your time because this is your key. This is your key thing right here.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. But what do you think? What do you think about that? Am I crazy? Or
I always think there's bad juju when you talk about people getting hurt.
yep.
I don't. You never wish ill will on anybody. When it comes to Chase, whatever he's doing off the field, this is the thing about players coming to play back at home when it comes to the NFL. Some players will either blow up and do their thing, or some players will fizzle out, i.e. Deshaun Jackson out in L.A. There's some quarterback named Dwayne Haskins was out. I think he was at home in D.C. playing.
Strippers.
So yeah, I really believe, I don't know what it is about playing back at home. It only works in the NBA where people still play good when they go home. So yeah, I believe in Chase Young long term. I really do. I think he's with the two best coaches that he could be with to kind of mold him. So I pray that when he comes back healthy, and he comes back with a chip on his shoulder, ready to roll.
Oh yeah, I think so. And Roger, Roger, I have no idea what you're talking about. You're right. But I have no idea what you're talking about there. I don't know people think. I'm also a big fan. I am too. I'm a big fan of Deron Payne. We should put Ioannidis, Payne, Allen together. I mean, you probably could put him at end in some packages there. Oh yeah, forgot about Ioannidis there. What's up, Steve Money? How you doing, Coach? Every Broncos fan, you guys really don't like him. Be happy. Broncos take no. We don't. No. But y'all already got the advantage of having weed legal in Colorado, so we can't be giving y'all all them people. Let's see here. What else? Paulie said not on Odell. Rams are soft. That's absolutely true. They're soft like California. That's exactly what it is. They can't. It's gonna be cool. I want to see Shaka Tony get some. I think we saw him. Shaka Tony was in there.
He did play.
Yeah, he was in there. He was playing a little bit of end, and he was playing a little bit of Did he play? Did they stand him up a little bit? I know that he was playing some in, so they did stand him up a little bit too. So Shaka Tony, Penn State kid. We'll see, man. But Dewayne, this has been fun. I know I could run on a little bit longer with you because it don't matter because you family and we can do that. I don't really care about your time because you maybe stay up a little bit later. But I appreciate you, man, coming on here and tell the people again what you're doing, what you got going on, and where they can find you at.
Oh yeah, again, you can find me on Twitch. That's where my mainstay is. Twitch is All World Sports, all one word. On Twitch, you'll find me. I do play I play a lot of Madden money leagues for big money. So
you won one of those leagues too, didn't you?
I've won a couple. I won about $4,000 last year on Madden. So far I'm up to about $500-$600. So
hide that money, man.
One thing I'll say to you guys, hey, if you're a gamer, if you think you're good at Madden, you're on the Series X, holla at me, I'll get you in there. So but yeah, that's where you can find me.
Big baller, y'all. But yeah, my guy. But yeah, we appreciate you coming on here. Fan of the podcast here. Have a great one. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you, Rich. Enjoy the bye week. And get right. I'm sorry about that loss to the Black Pants Philadelphia Eagles. They did look good. I ain't gonna lie. That was a good little combination for them. I hate saying that with about Philadelphia, but either way. It was good, man. But yeah, guys, don't forget we will be back here. So I'll be back here Sunday. Toothpick. Be here about 12:40. It is birthday celebration too for me. Arizona. We take on the Panthers, and we will be here from start to finish. I know a lot of Washington fans will be rooting for Cam Newton. God knows why. But if it's just to prove a point to Ron, I think it would encourage you to definitely look at yourself in the mirror and realize that we got to run on and win this game. I'll bring the booze. That's good because I'm not drinking. Yeah, but appreciate you, Roger. Appreciate everybody that stopped by. Thank you, Alexander Wilson, for the super chat. But y'all make it worth it every Wednesday. We'll be back Sunday, 4:20, not 4:20, 12:40. Got a little dyslexia there. And then Warpath Wednesday, the Thanksgiving Day edition, will preview the Seattle Seahawks, and we may have a guest coming on here. Got to reach out to them. May have guests coming on, so we may have another one. So it might be an extra one to be thankful for there. But until the next time, y'all, make sure. Also, last year we did Operation Outlast the Bastards. We have deemed a new one this year. Don't give up until the miracle happens. As corny as it sounds. So don't give up until the miracle happens. Somebody needs to hear that. Make sure you share that with somebody in life. But also, make sure you keep that same energy. Slap a table. We outlast the bastards together. See? There you go. He slapped the table as well. But until next time, for Cousin Dewayne, Sanchez 405. Till next time, y'all. Love, peace, and hell. We have...